Hey guys, welcome to round 1 of our draft. Our opponent won the die roll and chose to play first. This hand is definitely keepable. We will now mulligan. As long as we draw one land, we can play most of the spells in our hand. If we draw a swamp, we can play definitely almost all of them. And we have a 1-drop, and now we have a 2-drop. So this hand is looking not too shabby. Our opponent is playing black-green. He's going to play a Ravenous Rats, so I'm going to discard the Rats from the grave because that's definitely the card that we will least likely play this game. Here we're going to play the Island, swing with the Duty Bound Dad for 1, and then play the Walk-in turn and try to race him. Next turn, we're most likely going to play the, we can play the Vampire Nighthawk or the Windrake. I don't think we want to play the Servant of Nephrox. Actually, that does get in 4 damage versus 3 next turn, 4. And Windrake only gets in 4 anyway. Depends. I'm trying to think of the next couple turns. So, here, if we play Servant of Nephrox, we swing in for 4. He goes to 15, and then the turn after we swing for 4 again, he goes to 11. If this turn we play Windrake, we swing in for 3 to drop him to 16, and then down to 12 the next turn, and we play Nighthawk. Then start swinging for 6. And then he would drop down to 6 versus 11, 4 again. So 7. So I think in the long term, we want to play, so basically if we play Servant of Nephrox now, we'll be doing more damage over the next 2 turns, assuming he doesn't do anything. If we play Windrake and then Nighthawk, we'll be doing more damage over the next 3 turns, which I like a little bit better. So also Servant of Nephrox won't be able to swing because he has the Ravenous Rats. So we'll see what he does. We're going to swing in for 3 here. Then we're going to play the Windrake because I don't want him to see that we have the Nighthawk quite yet. It also plays defense a little bit better. If he wants to kill the Windrake of all the cards, he would, that's fine. If he doesn't have the removal spell, I think, if he has the removal spell, I think he would use it on the Windrake. He's going to attack. This looks like a pump spell. I'm not going to run into it. Either that or a Crippling Blight or something, but I think he would probably use that on the Welkin turn. See what this is. He has a Spiked Baloth, which is okay. We have a Murder, which is a nice card for us to draw. So we're going to swing in for 4. And then we're going to play out our Nighthawk. And then we have him on a 2-turn clock if he doesn't have anything for us. If we had chose to play out the Servant, it would have been, we would have done 15, he would have gone to 15, 11, and then 7, 3, so he basically would have gotten an extra turn, I believe, if I did my math correctly. Here we're just going to take the damage. We're going to jump back up to 16. I don't really see him doing much to us anyway, so we're going to bash in here with everything. I don't want him to play Mark of the Vampire and then win somehow, so here if we just take the 8 damage, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna save the Murder just in case he has an instant speed trick, maybe double Titanic Growth, which would be kind of funny. Or if he plays a Sentinel Spider, we can always do that. There's no danger of us really losing right now. This is okay. We're just gonna block with the Duty Bound Dad to the Ravenous Rats and see what else he has for us. That's okay, we'll drop to 8. And hopefully he just plays a Sentinel Spider, and so he plays Cower and Fear. That's okay. So we're gonna lose the Duty Bound Dad. We could also regenerate it. That'll save us some damage. We could save the Duty Bound Dad, and then next turn if we draw a land, we can play Murder and Servant. If we don't regenerate, we can play the murder, swing in for damage, then leave up Vampire Nighthawk to block if we really wanted to. Am I okay just losing the Welcome Turn and the Duty Bound Dead? Am I okay just losing the Duty Bound Dead? Trying to think. This is an interesting dilemma. I think we want to make sure we can play the Servant next turn. So, and we definitely want to merge, so I think I'm going to lose the Duty Bound Dead. That's going to be okay. And then I'm going to murder his Spike Baloth. And I think we'll be in pretty good shape in terms of where we stand. Here he's gonna end turn. We're gonna murder his Baloth. We drew a land anyway, so I guess the right choice would have been to here. We can swing in with Vampire Nighthawk, go up to 11, and pretty much be out of range, or we could just swing in with both, but I feel like I can leave up a blocker. If he has the pump spell, he has like double pump or something like that, we would be in trouble. The chances of that are highly unlikely. I think we would have used it last turn, so I feel safe swinging like this. Going up to 10, we'll block just to be safe. We'll go to 6, and then he would really need double pump. But he would have done that last turn. So this way, even if he plays a spider, we can win. Because we'll just swing in for 2 in the airs. Yep, and we win. So that game worked out pretty well. I probably should have murdered the Spike Baloth at the end of turn, but I was afraid of like playing Sentinel Spider, and then I could just win anyway. So I think that plan was still okay. I don't see anything that we would really want to take out or bring in for him. He was playing Fungal Sprouting, but we don't have a Cower in Fear. He does have a Cower in Fear, so that's something to keep note of. And we do have triple Welcome Turns, so we need to be wary of that. So we don't want to play out too many of our Welcome Turns into his Cower in Fear. But so we'll try to play around that as much as possible without really hindering our game plan. This hand is definitely keepable. Nighthawk and Crust. We have removal and we have 2 creatures, so we're not gonna mulligan. And we drew a Welcome Turn, which is nice. Excuse me. He's going to play a Walking Corpse, which is okay with us. We're going to play out an island and play the Welcome Turn and pass. He's going to bash in. We will happily take that damage, and we'll see what he plays. Plays a Giant Scorpion, which is not going to do anything against us. We draw a Murder, which is a really nice draw. We're going to play out our Swamp. Bash in for 2. And then play the Nighthawk. And if he swings in here, we're not going to block, because if he bluffs a removal spell, he bluffs a removal spell. Have to respect it. I'm not losing my Nighthawk to that. And we are going to gain back most of this life anyway. Let's see what this is. If he has another Spike Baloth, I'm considering whether I want to murder it or not. He has a Bloodhunter Bat. So he's going to drain us. Yep. We drew a Giant Scorpion. So here, I feel like I'm okay trading out the welcome turn for the Bloodhunter Bat. That's okay with me. Then we're probably just going to play out the Giant Scorpion to block his guys. Yep. He decides not to anyway. It's going to be hard for him to race this. We'll leave up unsummoned mana and we'll pass the turn back. We're going to block the Walking Corpse. And we are, yep, happily going to block the Walking Corpse. Let's see what this is. He has a Cower and Fear. Okay. So that definitely wasn't good for us, but you know, I think we're still okay. We're still in a decent position. We drew a Mark of the Vampire, which is really good. Here we'll drop him to 14 and it'll bring us even. And then I think we'll probably just play out the Zombie Goliath. We won't block. And then Mark of the Vampire at next turn. We could also, if we draw Swamp, Murder and Encrust, which will be nice. He plays a Primal Hunt Beast, which is okay. He is going to swing in with just Bloodhunter Bat. That's okay, because we are going to be we drew our own Bloodhunter Bat, so we're going to swing in. And then we're going to play our own Bloodhunter Bat. No reason to play Encrust right now. I think we just want to keep the flyers in the air. We can really just murder if we want to. We'll see what he gets. Maybe he's splashing a color. He's splashing red, so that's probably Searing Spear. Then he would spear our Nighthawk, swing in, and then not 6. So he has a Staff of Nin. Okay, that's pretty good. That's okay though. I think we're in a pretty good place where we can just try to race him. Honestly, that's not going to be doing enough. I think we can. That's okay. What? Target creature or player. Yeah, that's okay. You can swing in. That's not a problem for me. And here, I think we're probably just gonna murder his Bloodhunter Bat. We drew another one anyway, which is really nice. And then swing in the air. And then next turn we can Mark of the Vampire. And try to kill him, actually. Yep. Okay. We'll drop down to 15, which is okay. He's going to draw a card, a couple cards for his turn, as well as everything else. If he swings in here with Hunt Beast, I probably will trade. He's not. It's okay. We are going to take that damage. He'll play a Ravenous Rats. We're going to drop the Encrust, because it's not going to do much. He only has one other card in hand. It looks like he's probably going to play it, so he has another Nighthawk. So he has a Nighthawk. We're going to murder that Nighthawk. And it looks pretty good for us. Yep. We're going to draw 2 cards, but I don't think, unless he has double flyers or a removal spell in a flyer, it looks pretty good for us. Excuse me. See what he has. That might be game. If he swings in with everything, I will block the Hunt Beast. Yep, just to save ourselves some damage. It's okay, we'll drop down to 10, which I don't expect to be a problem. And we won that round. So that worked out pretty well for us. I'd say it was pretty easy. I think our deck is pretty powerful. So tell me if you guys saw any play mistakes on my part. And I'll see you guys in round 2. And hopefully we can take this thing down. This is a Lehrbehr for the MTG Noob, and I'll see you guys later.